And we are live at JerichoReport Studios, and we had our technical difficulties fixed. So we are gonna be interviewing the year for this year. Just this past couple of months, I've been back. Got a couple guests for you guys coming up. So it's gonna be interesting just to see what the member of DoD that we're gonna have on the show today for the recap. His name's Kenny Allen. He's gonna be joining us. He works pretty often, so it's hard getting different people on the show all the time. So let me just give him a ring. We're gonna get started with the recap, and here you go. So let me dial him right now. So this is just going to be a little interview, just a little detail with just some of the processes we go through for the game and whatnot. So, oh. I think he hung up on me. Uh-oh, what's happening? What's happening? You ready? Getting these members on is drop frame detected. Let's see here. Let's see here. That should be fine. So while we wait on Kenny, we're gonna go ahead and just proceed through the trending now kind of topic. So what we have right now is the cactus event. It's the end of the year practically. We got January coming up pretty fast, so it's in about 4 days. We have had a new event, a Moogle market event come up, and right now it is the cactus event. So what we have right now is these little trophies everybody's trying to get, and pretty much it's a hassle. I'm not gonna say it's all nice and hunky-dory, but it is free stuff, so you can't ever complain about free things and the things we have. So we're all supposed to be hitting these little cactus, which come from, instead of just giving us the Moogle tokens, which we cannot use at the moment, they are giving us these little tokens right here for every monster hit. And these are those right there, the festive cactus trophies. So, you know, use those wisely if you're free to play. If you're pay to play, obviously you're getting the 4 times and the 6 times multipliers, and you're getting a lot ahead. So one of the players that I love looking at for just structure of the actual how he plays is King Millie. C75, Misty 70. These are also really good players. Millie, he is a very neutral player, as in he's not very terrorizing for the good part. So that's a good thing. Let me try Kenny one more time. So here you go. No, nada. Let's see. Let's see here. So not really sure what's going on his end. But so what? Let's see here. So back to Millie. Millie's been building pretty solidly. He's got level 20 tiles kind of all over the place, which is really good for him. That March size is pretty high. So that's a blessing for him. He's got level 20 tiles. Let's see here. Misty's kind of following in his footsteps. Damn, Kenny. I don't know if it's technical difficulties on his end, but it's not going through. I don't know why. Also, these character event that we're doing, it's really good for the free-to-play players because it's literally free packs in the Moogle market. So if you're a free-to-play player, get the Moogle market. It is cheap, it's inexpensive. If anything, create a new account if you don't want to spend $100, and or have somebody in the realm create you a new account and buy the Moogle market right away. I mean, that is a steal right there. You're stealing packs pretty much for hitting these free certain events, and the how do just I don't know what. So that's a back to on the Moogle market. Yeah, it's a steal of a pack. So let's see here. There we go. So back to the character event. Sorry, I'm like multitasking here, trying to get Kenny on the show. I have to options. He doesn't really know how to do line chat. I'm not very familiar with line chat either. I just know you have to grant permission on your phone for certain accessibilities. So we had a couple of big realm monsters come in. It was for the Christmas thing. It was dropping blueprints crazily. I mean, it was I think I got like over 500k blueprints on both ends, and that was really why I'm at Citadel 66. I have a couple more upgrades, but at the moment I don't have the speed ups for. It was dropping 24-hour speed ups, which, you know, I need, but at the same time I need those 30-day, 20-day speed ups where picking up on the 24-hour, it is free. It takes a lot more than what the game is dropping, and the devs recently haven't been giving us really good things. We were thinking we were gonna get the goblins back for the Christmas present, but they decided, hey, we want more money for the new year, so let's come out with a new monster for the realm for us to get tokens for. And this is a nice character right here. This is a free one. This is what you do with the Moogle market. So I would obviously go max hit, take off my armor, and take off my monster armor and hit it to get, I think, double the hits I would normally get. So, and these things I'm learning from the more experienced players. I have these are the little kinks in game, so that's really helping a lot. Let's see here. What's happening? This is Kenny Allen. We were supposed to have him on the show. He's having technical difficulties at the moment, but so anyhow, let's see here. A lot of players leave their character like this. I hate this because new ones will not respawn into the game. So if you guys are friends with these kind of people, please tell them, kill the damn things, because obviously it's not doing anybody good for those to just lay around. It's actual new ones cannot spawn back in. So as you see, there's one right there. They're kind of all over the place, which is really annoying, because a lot of us like to hit them at full MP bar, and we can't do that obviously on those credentials. So again, just talk to those people, see if they can fix their monster hitting tactics. Just go ahead and finish those off. But also for the new year, we have a couple of different people coming on the show. Hopefully have a recap with Canna and Misty and a couple other bigs. We're trying to expand out for new realms and get everybody on board with the Jericho Report. So, you know, spread the word and tell them, hey, this channel is directly made for the players and for the experience they need to play this game. This isn't a pay to win necessarily. I'm not gonna say that 100% because there are players that don't spin and they are literally like 10 levels behind me, and I'm just kind of like, wow, I do spin a little, and here's the progress I have made. It is nowhere near the progress it should be for the amount we put down, which I'm not gonna disclose. But at the same time, look, Kenny Allen. Well, no, he does spin a little also. So Arnie, I don't think he spins that much. Let's see here if I could find a free to play player. So the low 30s, low 40s, those are usually free to play. Those are grinders of the events. I have a friend in another realm. She does not spin. She has like multiple titles and multiple, and she's the highest Citadel level in the realm. Other players do spin, and it's weird how it works out. I've asked her multiple times, does she spin in game? She has verified, no, she doesn't. So I don't know. She's gotten her titles fair and square, or if she's put down money for it. So it's really hard to tell sometimes. Us pay-to-play players, we don't get the results we want. Well, we do get the results we want right away, but it comes at a pace where the free-to-play players, it's very hard for them to catch up to us like right away. Millie and a couple others, Boom, for instance, like you've heard his past interview, he spins quite a bit. So it's his disclosure, but at the same time, you see his progress. And let me see if I can find him real quick. He's usually by the scar. Yeah, there it is. Nice, nice, nice. And King Millie somewhere around here. Congratulations to Robin, which is right over here. He was over here. I don't see him no more. Anyways, he just ascended, I think, to 71, 72. We had White Death on the other day. Oh, there he is, Kenny Allen. Hey, Kenny, what's going on, my brother? What's going on, Kenny? Can you
Not much. I just figured it out.
Oh, nice. Very nice. Welcome to the Jericho Report, dude. And give us your intro. Tell us who you are, where you from, kind of the whole shebang.
Say that again, Jericho. I had to switch you over to speaker.
Oh, gotcha. Just give us an intro of who you are and what guild you're in, and just kind of background of you as a player.
My name is Kenny Allen. I'm with DOD, and I've been playing for just a little over a year now.
You've been enjoying all of it?
At times, most times, yes. Sometimes it's been frustrating.
I feel that. I feel that. I know you are one of the players in DOD that I got introduced to as a low level at first. And then out of the blue, after I spent just a tad, you came out of the woodworks, and because you were getting beat up on, right?
Yes, I initially had grown way too fast where I didn't do the research to keep up with my Citadel level, which in turn hurt me a lot.
Oh yeah, that's an empty empire right there.
Yeah, so I was getting spanked up pretty good there for a while.
So after you got your guardians, I see you got a couple new tiles. You're working pretty much behind me now on level wise, but I mean, what improvements have you been doing that you've kind of learned in the progress of whenever I met you at a low 50?
Like I said, back then when you first came into our guild, or I actually probably joined you in the other realm, and what it was is this basically doing my defense research and getting that caught up with my sit level before I grew anymore. And actually, to be honest, I did all the research as far as I could I stayed at a level, sit level 51 until I caught up with everything.
Right, right. So you caught up on research, which really helped you in the long run. What changes have you made now, going from sit level to research? Are you staying pretty much as soon as you hit that new level, you go ahead and max out research, or how are you doing it?
Defensively, yes, absolutely. I try to stay on top of that because there are many players that are way bigger than I am, but defensively, that's the only way I can compete with them.
Right, right, right. So I mean, you don't have much competition anymore. I mean, you've gotten hit by the biggest players recently, and you've been okay from what I've read out.
Yeah, and that goes to show how good defense is probably your best offense.
Right, right. You think you'll be going offensive anytime soon? I mean, you got a great defensive layout. Do you think you're going to be going burn hives or anything that yellow does, or are you still going to be hardcore like myself for strictly defense?
Well, I'm caught up defensively now, and I just yesterday, as I went on and through early last evening, started my offense, and I currently got T7s all unlocked, and I have all of them trained.
Very nice, very nice. And I'm guessing you got the platinum to back all that up.
Yes, and that's one thing with one advantage of staying smaller and just working on all the other stuff and research and not worrying about growing and trying to keep up with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to stockpile quite a bit of materials and stuff. Right now, I went from a sit 51 just a couple days ago to a sit 61 today,
yes.
As of today.
Yes.
And that is due to just saving up everything and making sure that I didn't grow too fast again. I didn't want to make that same mistake.
Right, right, right. That's what I've been doing. I was sit 61 just the other day, and I grew to 66. I think on the reassurance that I had the speed ups, I did get stuck on the last 67. Whenever I was trying to upgrade everything to 66, I ran out of speed ups. And the bad thing is we're not getting the speed up drop that we all want. Yes, the realm monsters did drop a little, but it was nowhere near what I needed. Misty said I should purchase in and get the remainder, but it's going to be like 3 to 4 times more than what I really need and what the pack is offering. So I wasn't going to do that. I think I'm going to be staying at a low 66 for another at least a month or so before I progress to 70, because the bigs, as you see, Yellow and Boom and a lot of the others in Loki, I mean, they're growing, but they're still burning too, which makes me pretty amazed.
Sure.
What do you think?
And the thing is,
go ahead.
The last realm boss helped out everybody.
Right.
Depending on your sit level, it was making drops according to your sit level. So those who were caught up on all the research and everything and their building really benefited quite a bit.
Right. And I see you got 4 tiles right now. Let's see here. I see you got 3 tiles of the elements. Are you going to be changing one out here soon, or are you just going to leave it as it is?
No, I just recently put the earth one because I did have the Mughal market tile, and that thing was useless because they never open it. And it's been months, so I figured just waiting on them to open it, because I've been collecting for about probably 2 months now, and I still haven't seen it open.
Have you sent in a ticket, anything? And I'm guessing they just tell you, oh, we got an event coming for it, but then it turns out to be one of these monster slaying Moogle events.
Yes, and that's just it. I think they interpret my message as referring to the Moogle market in reference to events. Well, that's not the case. Most of us have been sitting here waiting for that to open to use our tokens.
Right, right. I know I saved up just like you, and then as soon as Misty changed over and a couple other bigs changed over, like Yellow, I was definitely done with the Moogle tile. Because one, it was taking up inventory space. Two, it was reducing the cost of trade, but at the same time, I wasn't trading a whole lot, so it was like absolutely pointless. The good thing about that whole tile is it reduces your tax rate tremendously whenever you trade. So whenever I was trading a couple billion resources, the tax rate was 0. You know, so that was the only use for it, and I didn't need it.
Right.
So who's the big guy been hitting you recently? I know you just got out of RVR. You went to the neutral realm. You got zeroed just like myself and many others. But who's the big guys you are definitely tempted to get hit by?
Well, when I was a 51, I think people kind of took that as a sign of weakness and would attempt to burn me. But the only reason I got zeroed on the RVR was because of a 7-member rally against me, which were all high 60s or low 70s players.
Right. And you got hit by, how big was that rally? Was that at least 2 million?
Oh, I don't even know. It was huge, but there's 7 players, and each of them probably had a march of 1 million.
Wow.
1 million plus. But what happened is I made a mistake of thinking I could teleport away from the crystal as the rally was coming in, and it still hit me, and it actually hurt me by doing that. But this game is a trial and error, and we learn from our mistakes and
very true.
Our successes. So that's...
Have you learned about not purchasing mercenary troops no more?
Well, no, I think I would have been fine if I would have just tried to defend myself and stayed put.
Right, right. At least you're...
I would have had a better chance because I could have been... If I'm online and I'm able to heal my troops, and that goes with anybody. If they're online and they're able to heal troops, they can withstand quite a bit. And, you know, especially if you got guard that, you know, will fill up your hospital first, hopefully, and you're able to heal them quickly.
That's I've gotten you know, the neutral realm. I keep telling myself don't go, but as soon as I do go, I know I made an error. The neutral realm is where the big guys literally, they'll go and they'll zero practically anybody and everyone. I had a couple poured in on me, a good size 76, and I was just scared out of my mind. I was just like, this guy's gonna zero me. Of course, with the tiles that I upgraded, like the fire tile and a couple others, it grew my march size. It wasn't as effective as I thought because yes, they do kill quite a bit still. And I don't have the platinum 2 or the apples. I hate how they're still using apples. I hate apples. But I mean, after you heal like 4 or 5 times those T7 troops, your apple inventory is absolutely gone. So then you got to spend gold to get those apples, and then it's just nuts. So... So, you've been growing pretty recently. You've got your defense pretty much maxed out for the level you're at, correct?
Yes.
Very nice. Very nice. I know that's the worst thing you can do.
Also, I think a big improvement also is with, you know, you set the right gear and that makes a big difference in, whether you're playing offensively or defensively or hunting monsters.
Mm-hmm. And you've been rocking that not the monster gear. Whoa, you do have that other monster gear. You with those level 24 crystals, is that make your MP regen faster?
Well, right now my monster gear, I use Beastmaster.
Yes.
And I have anywhere from level all my gear is level 24 to 30.
Right. And does that make your regeneration of MP faster?
Yes, that it helps with that also, but also a big part of that is your research to
Yes.
For MP regeneration.
Mm-hmm.
Cindy was a big help with that.
Mm-hmm.
Also.
Yeah, that's I got the Cindy double MP multiplier, and that helped tremendously. I mean, I was in shock whenever I hit my first monster and I got like 3K to 2K drop, and I was just like, whoa. So that was a big help there. With you've been rocking the Guardian set, correct? You got one of the shields up to level 30, correct?
No, the Guardians, in the 20s.
Okay, very
low
good.
20s. Well, what I do right now, currently, if I like the Infernal gear
Mm-hmm.
with, I use 2 guard shields as part of my accessories.
That's good. That's really good, because then you're getting that counter on attack, right? For the Inferno.
Absolutely.
Wow. See, I started rocking just I messed up on the what was it? The power what was it? The power resources from the power-ups. I used it on the wrong gear. I thought the Undertaker set was going to be phenomenal. It turned out to be absolute trash. And I upgraded a couple of those pieces to like level 25. And big mistake on my end, because that absolute gear set is garbage all around. I will never use that gear set in my lifetime. That it is all trash. The intimidation, yeah, it slows down your approaching march speed, but other than that, it doesn't do anything else. So just be careful whenever you do look into the Undertaker set. It doesn't do anything. I mean, there is no boost from it that I need that I can't get from another gear set. So
sure.
yeah.
I kind of wish that the developers would allow us to reset our power-ups, because when I was younger or littler, I was powering up gear because of where I was, at that current time.
Right.
And now I don't utilize that gear at all, and it's just sitting there. And I have, for instance, Light Forge gear. I leveled up some of that stuff, and I don't ever use it anymore.
Right. Right.
Other than, having, with having a complete set and then benefiting from those benefits as far as having complete gear sets.
Right. Have you thought of breaking a set or breaking a piece that like a Light Forge set, seeing what kind of drops it gives you and then making a gold one? I know sometimes it maybe give you some of the resources back that you used on it. I'm not 100% sure on that though. So if you do break a piece, make sure that you have the inventory and make it back together. So yeah.
Yeah, I've broken legendary pieces because I've been either gifted them, but they will drop another piece of legendary gear. Not so much. They don't. Not the gear, but the materials.
Right. Right. Interesting. So,
and most of us are at a point of where we have abundance of material, and we don't. There's no further use for it
right.
at this point unless they change something.
Right. You've been enjoying the free Moogle market. I mean, has it been helping you with the monsters that it offers? I don't know if you've gotten a couple multipliers yet. It's quite pricey to get a couple. I did. It helped tremendously. But as you can tell, I'm still level 66. So don't be tossing that kind of paper around unless you are like on the verge of breaking 70, because after that it's absolutely worthless. Maybe think about getting that multiplier when you get closer to 70, because as you can see, those multipliers, they did not help as much as I thought they would. Maybe focus on, if you don't already have Embassy Hall maxed out for those T8 or T7 troops, or some of your interior buildings maxed out. I would worry about that. Or what I'm using those multipliers for the little monster events is for the tiles. You know, I can't afford getting individual tile upgrades, but through the Moogle market, it makes it affordable. You know.
Absolutely. And the Moogle market with the monster events has been, primarily for me, it has helped level up all my heroes. And also that works as being able to hit more monsters, because you're able to continue on and rebuild your, reset your MP to max.
Yes.
But also, leveling up the Shiva and Leviathan and.
Mm-hmm. And that's you got your Behemoth out already, right?
The Leviathan?
Oh, I'm sorry, not Behemoth. Yeah. You got Leviathan. I'm sorry, can't fucking speak right now.
Yes.
You got him already upgraded, correct?
I currently have Shiva at 62 and the others at 42.
Nice. I mean, that's a hell of a difference when you say with the, which one do you prefer? I mean, obviously the Leviathan when you're attacking, and then Shiva whenever you're defending.
Well, I haven't really been an offensive player as of this point in my gaming. Right now, my gear is set up for defense, and my goal is to, eventually have one set up for defensive, and then be able to summon the other for the offense, and have them set accordingly as far as offensively and defensively.
Nice, very nice. I know that people keep playing with the Leviathan and seeing what it's able to do any different than Shiva, but of course, I know he's got a high level Leviathan. When he hits, it hurts. But I don't know what the difference is level strength, the Leviathan versus the Shiva, and I think we still need to test it out, see how what the stat difference is just between hits. So I kind of wanted to review the year with you. Kenny, you've been with Dodd since, I'm guessing, day one?
No, I started out in a beginner's guild, like I said, just a little over a year ago, and it was me and another person, and we invited a few others, and very small, and we ended up changing the name to WS. Mm-hmm. And then from WS, I probably might have been I might have made it to a level 20 in that guild, and getting constantly beat up being a smaller guild, I joined Beta to help not only myself, but it basically was, the resource help was what everybody was shooting for.
Right.
So I joined them, and then from Beta, I went to Team, and then from Team, I went to Raun, RAUN.
Yep.
And
with Navy SEAL.
then from Raun, yes, with SEAL Team and Sunrise. Then I went to DoD.
Nice, nice. So was Ron? I know Beta broke. They didn't really break up. They had a change of leadership from Link to I want to say Lady Caramel or one of the other gentlemen that's in Beta. They're in Fear now. I know they had a change of leadership, and then you have Ron, where SEAL Team, I'm guessing, quit out of the blue.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what happened there, but you know, I think all of us have considered quitting at one time
Oh,
or
of
another.
course.
I've done it multiple times, especially when, it gets so frustrating when you're getting burnt all the time. And it was part of it was, a lot of it had to do with my own fault because I didn't do the research accordingly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Did you guys have
And,
any kind of
so
guidance?
no, when I first started, it was chaos, and back when I first started, the levels somewhere in the 20s was the highest in our realm.
Right.
And that was probably, I want to say, Hodar and, a few of others like maybe Whalen, and they were the big guys in our whole realm.
So you're a Weaver baby.
Yeah, I started out in Weaver, yeah, this little guy.
Wow. So you remember quite a bit of the big wars we had from because Wellen was in. Were you there when Wellen was in AF or when Wellen was in KXQ?
Actually, I think I probably remember Whalen the best when he was in AF.
Okay, yeah, because that was when Canna and a lot of the other biggers went over from. They had a weird split there at the end. A lot of mediocre drama, and I don't know if you had witnessed any of it, like I witnessed it. AF grew, and then with the power structure that it had initially had, it kind of broke from within. And I don't know if that was due to leadership or to the multiple pay-to-play players and their separate agendas. I know Yellow just wanted to burn everything, which I love, but if you're getting burnt all the time, you hate to play, you know? So,
Yeah, I think my experience was some of the bigger guys in your guild, if they go out on a burn mission, it's the lower guys in your guild that will actually be the ones that suffer because they'll come into your hive and you're the one that gets burnt.
Right,
not
right.
not the big guy.
That's I've been seriously with whenever I came back from, I want to say, my retirement, I initially had thought I wanted to quit, right? Whenever just Weaver was getting too much. I mean, the outside drama was absolute unnecessary. The inside drama between leaders and whatever, there was no bond. Like RVR, we had people constantly, like, for instance, Pesky would drive and destroy all the guardians within the crystal just because, there was no realm unity of whatsoever. Now I feel like with the merge and couple other players coming in and coming out, it's helped, with Crestholm. This realm itself, as much as some of the players bug us, I love it. I mean, I wouldn't take it back for Weaver.
Right. And I mean, you do sense there is some unity more so here, but there also is, you still, during the RBRs, there shouldn't be the inner fighting at the crystal just because your enemies within the realm.
Right. Right.
That is the time when we should be coming together as a team to fight the other realm.
Yes. I agree 100%. Realm Unity during those big time events where every point kind of counts. I love it, but at the same time, whenever you have a, let's say, a farm or something, and he's just sitting there just to make troops all day, and then you got a invader come in and just zero him, those are points that shouldn't be necessary, you know? Those shouldn't be counting toward the invaders. Because, I mean, there's small guilds still that they don't know what the hell they're doing. I mean, I feel Dodd's got it figured out, Loki's got it figured out, AO's got it figured out. There's a couple of new people in Dodd that I'm just kind of, my eyebrow kind of raised when they joined, and the drama I want to say they brought back with them. So
well, anytime that you have smaller players within your guild, you're going to have heroes getting captured, yes. And then all of a sudden in panic mode and wanting their hero rescued immediately. Well, that's not going to happen today. I mean, you basically to beat somebody today, you got to catch them when they're offline and be able to get them when they cannot heal their troops.
Mm-hmm. I agree 100%. And Yellow's told us many times, you know, it'll take me an hour just to zero him whenever he's offline. And it's about the right estimate because as many troops Yellow is wailing on that empire, I mean, geez. He's been going on, like yesterday, his burning rampage, that was phenomenal. I had a good laugh for that. Good Christmas spark up.
Yeah. You know, and I think I'm very, you know, I'm still very new to this game, so to speak, because I am learning things new every time. Like I said, there for the longest time, I would never really attack anyone, and I am kind of gradually putting my feelers out there to see what works and what doesn't. You know, and not only that, but you still get some good insight from bigger players that have been in the game for a while and that know what works and what doesn't. You know, your guild members or whatever. You know, and there's always somebody in Realm chat that gives good pointers too. You know, but mainly it's been a trial and error. You know, and I think my biggest thing that I regret is growing too fast.
Yes,
and not having my research caught up to me.
Yep, I agree 100%.
Once you jump that sit level where you cannot get the drops like that you need to upgrade your other stuff, it becomes really a long process of playing catch up because you're not going to get them drops. And now that's the one benefit with these trophy monster events is that you're able to catch up on anything that you seem to be lacking in.
Right. No, I agree 100%. I've been where you were whenever you know, I rushed those sit levels and it affected me big time because when almost evenly leveled player hit me or just a couple levels off, it hurt, and it hurt bad because my empire was ablaze the last couple of events because I had no research to back it, and I call that an empty empire. You know, that's literally, yeah, you got the number on the front, but you got nothing on the inside. It's kind of how a house is built, you know? You got to have your wood frame on the inside for that damn thing to stand.
Yeah, there's got to be a good foundation, and if you build it evenly, you're going to be so much better than like you said, you can beat players that are bigger than you because of your research and just staying patient and growing together, you know, defensively.
You still there?
Yep.
Oh, there you are. Yeah. Yeah, I had this, what was it? Yesterday, Hive Eater came to the Hive, And it was really interesting because he sent his Leviathan, and I was really scared at first. But whenever I realized, yeah, I got the research to back it, and when he hit, I think he hit a Empire. He was going after my expansions at first, or secondary. He was going after them, and he got the expansions because obviously I don't have nothing defending my expansions. But when he hit me, it was really interesting because of 700 troops he sent, 700k troops he sent, I had 500k die. And out of 6 million troops, I was like, oh my gosh, he sent his Leviathan, he sent 2 monsters, like what the heck. Like I was hoping he would send a hero just to see how that went, but since he wasn't penetrating the first couple of hits, I knew he wasn't probably going to penetrate that last time with the hero. So he was smart about not attacking me, and I've had a couple bigger empires attack me while I was offline, and they just couldn't break any headway. So yeah, man, keep doing what you're doing. Keep making your structure that people see on the outside better on the inside. You know, your research helps you 100%.
Absolutely.
Jeez, this is one thing that I've realized. So Roadhouse, the other from Loki. This is just a FYI. If you have the troop march size for it, you can send your astral with your hero, and it could and could not die right away. So Roadhouse sent his hero Cindy 144 to my empire. I had no hero at the time present. I think I was rallied or something. I think I was hitting a monster. Anyways, but he sent it with astral, but his astral lost HP. He lost all his troops, but his astral still had HP remaining, so I couldn't capture the hero. So that was the interesting foresight I saw.
Yeah, I've had that happen quite a bit where I see a hero coming along with one of their, either Shiva or Leviathan, and thinking that I got a chance, because I can eat up most marches on a single person.
Mm-hmm.
But because they had either one or the other, I didn't catch their hero.
Right. Wow, that's it's been really interesting. Do you have anything for the New Year's that you're really hoping they bring to the table, or you have future plans for yourself, maybe within your empire, and maybe how you keep playing the game?
No, I think, just continue doing what I'm doing, but also, I mean, I know what it's like to be a new player or a lower level sit and inexperienced. And my goal is to just bring everybody up, and especially in our guild, as far as we do have some new players now, and a lot of new players, I should say. And I think it's just key that, basically we're as strong as our weakest player. Mm-hmm. And that grows along with the realm, and when we have these RVRs, and that's the biggest key, is a big part of it, the unity part of it. If we just for that moment stay together as a realm, mm-hmm. and fight together, mm-hmm. it can be a big difference maker, as far whether we win or lose RBR.
Yeah, I agree 100%. There should be some unity. I think with Yellow burning everything, I don't think that's gonna happen. Which I'm not criticizing Yellow for doing that. He has every right to play how he plays. And that goes out to any other player. I think the bigs would get bored if they never burnt. I think, what'd he say last time? Go ahead and get your hero captured so I can go and try to release it. That's the only fun he has anymore, is going and trying to zero these empires that have our heroes, obviously. But he has fun doing that. But yeah, in the future, man, I mean, you're growing at a fast rate. I've been keeping up with you, your Citadel level. You're one of the most active players in DoD with Pyro and a couple others. But man, from the little 100 million you had power wise, now you're in the 1.8 billion power.
Yeah, but that, like I said, and it's just been patience. I think if I could give any advice to any of the newer, lower level people, is just to continue doing don't level up too quick. They used to have packs where you could get an instant 30 or instant 40, and you bought the pack, and the thing is, what suffered was all your research wasn't caught up to that.
Right. Right. And I don't see those packs coming out anytime except for the lower tier
I don't think
players. Yikes.
Yeah, I wouldn't make that mistake. I wouldn't make that mistake again,
I remember
it's just one of them things, like I said, we learned from our mistakes, and that was one of my biggest mistakes ever in this game.
Oh, I know. I did that whenever I came back, and I sat in the 60s for a minute. And I was playing catch up with research the whole time. Misty, every time I send Misty a screenshot of my Empire build, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm a 66 now. And she knows, I know what she's thinking. She's like, I wonder how his research is. And I'm just like, oh yeah, I did that thing I told myself I wasn't going to do, was speed build and no research behind it. But that same day I did catch up with my research. It cost a lot of blueprints, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, just to catch up on research and everything like that. But stay up to date with that research, man. Whenever you hit that next level, hit that research, do it again. It's a back and forth process. But Kenny, I know you're growing fast, man. Any shout outs you want to make in game? Any threats you want to throw out to any big players?
No. I'm just, I think, it's all fun, and we're for the most part, there are some, true enemies out there, I guess. But for the most part, I like the team that I'm on, and and I do like the competition between the other guilds that we do currently have, and it makes it interesting. And it's not as frustrating today as it was a few months ago when I was getting burnt constantly because my research wasn't caught up.
I've been there. I've been doing the same thing, man. Keep growing, Kenny.
3 months ago, I almost gave away basically 3 months ago, I was ready to give away my account, even though I had the time and money invested in it.
I've been there, man. That's why I retired the first time. I was like, I can't do this no more. I can't keeping up with the bigs. But now that keep your research evenly as you'll be fine, man. You've been doing great lately. Your KDR is going up. Your win-loss ratio is going up. You know what you're doing now that you didn't know then. And I'm glad you didn't quit like a lot of players did. And just keep doing what you're doing. You're doing phenomenal. Yellow's always going to be there. Misty's always there. There's Aferg from AO. Reach out to her. She's phenomenal with giving info. All those players, they're phenomenal about... Yeah, they might be ahead of you, but they know exactly what you're about to hit, like blueprint-wise or hero levels. Just keep asking questions, because that's the only way you're going to grow, and myself is for those questions to kind of roll into the bigs.
Thank you.
Yeah, Kenny, it's been a pleasure having you on the show. Let's see you next time, and hopefully you keep growing and you stay in the game. It's been awesome. Thank you for coming on the Jericho Report.
Well, thank you, Jericho, and it's good. It's a good thing that you're on my team, and I've enjoyed growing alongside with you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You have a blessed vacation, and we'll see you on the New Year's, hopefully.
All right, Jericho.
Later, Kenny.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. And guys, that was we got Kenny's info up and running, so that was good. We got to hear a little story about him, his progress in game. Kenny Allen has been with us since day one. Whenever I joined DOD, which was about 3 months ago, he knows the struggle of in-game growth. I know the struggle of in-game growth, and I just want to tell you guys, keep growing. Keep asking questions for the bigs. That's one thing I didn't necessarily do all the time, was ask the questions. That could have been my fault, but whatever. I want to tell you guys thank you for tuning in. Hopefully this stream is going to broadcast straight to YouTube, and we will go from there. So this has been Trending Now. We will see you guys hopefully in a couple of days. Have another guest on the show. Spread the word, spread the link out. We need 100 subscribers, not 10. That was my reading error, on YouTube, to get the URL customized. So we'll get a direct link out to everybody.